and all the others. This is Alex, W7FTM, along with Vicky, K8VKY. We will be your net control for the Saturday Night Trivia Net, number 126. This is a directed net, so all traffic should go through net control. And does anyone have any emergency or priority traffic they were holding until the start of the net? If so, please come now. If you do have an emergency at any time during the net, just say, break, break, identify your station, and we will come to your assistance immediately. The format of the net is live trivia. One random question will be read to each person who checks in. You'll have 3 answers to select from. And for the question of the night, again, something a little different. We're going to do Name That Tune. I'm going to give you the lyric to a song, and you tell me the title of the song and or the artist who performs it. We'll take covers also, since they're sometimes better than the original. Example, Along the Watchtower. Okay, Bob Dylan piece. Great Jimi Hendrix piece. Now, these are all well-known songs, although most of them are from the 60s through 90s, since those are the ones I'm most familiar with, but we try to include a little bit of each genre. All right, let's see who's checked in so far via the text and email lines.
Charlie 7, Zulu Bravo.
George and Scott.
Kilo Charlie 7, Zulu Bravo.
WHAI, George in Kawagoe, Japan. N6MOT, Little Island, Monterey, California. K6MIK, Mike in San Diego, California. KK7HLD, Dave in Portland. KK7AVK, Victoria in Phoenix. KO6, hang on a second. HDJ, Brent in Pensacola. Let me drop a second. Well, that's taken care of now. KR4BGL, Lawrence in Cary, North Carolina. VK2DY, Robert played by email and got his question correct. He's in Kelly Ridge, Australia. KI7ZRI, Don in Kennewick, Washington. K7FPS, Fred in Reno. KQ4UPK, Chris in Hollywood, Florida. K8BYU, Roy in Blasdell, New York. KC2JPQ, Frank in Lancaster, New York. N5ZUA, Steve in Houston, Texas. VE3RWJ, Chris via the email in Ancaster, Ontario, Canada. Let me drop again. W2AJR, Andy, Cheektowaga, New York. KN6JLX and KN6JLW. Larry and Stephanie in Elk Grove, California. KE5MUX, Teresa, College Station, Texas. KC1QPL, John in South St. Paul, Minnesota. Welcome back, John. KD5A, it's a tradition, folks. AJZ, Alex in Pasadena, Texas. AC4BR, Brian in Monticello, Kentucky, and KC7ZZB, Hal in Hillsboro, Oregon, as well as Terry in Harrogate, Tennessee. KF4ACB, okay, that's all I got so far. Anyone else like to join us? Come here. Full call signed phonetically twice, please.
Victor Alpha 3 Delta Foxtrot Golf. Victor Alpha 3 Delta Foxtrot Golf.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kevin in Valley Springs, California.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Delta Sierra. Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Delta Sierra. Jim in Michigan.
This is Kilo Juliet 5 Lima X-Ray Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5 Lima X-Ray Bravo. Sean in Texas.
Kilo India 4, Romeo Alpha Yankee. Kilo India 4, Romeo Alpha
Whiskey 9 Delta Whiskey Hotel. Whiskey 9 Delta Whiskey Hotel.
1 Delta 4 Romeo Hotel Lima. KD4 RHL.
right, then.
That might be clear now. Whiskey 9 Delta Whiskey Hotel. Whiskey 9 Delta Whiskey Hotel.
K3DFG. Kelvin in Valley Springs, California. K6 KJV. KF8ADS Jim in Byron Center, Mississippi. KI4R. I'm sorry, Michigan. I did it again. Sorry, Jim. KI4RAY Ray in Lafayette, Tennessee. KJ5LX Base Sean in Sachis, Texas. W9DWH David, Owensboro, Kentucky, and KD4RHL Ernest in Bronson, Florida. Again, the question of the night, we're going to play Name That Tune. I'm going to give you a lyric, and I'll try to make it short or long if you need it. I'll give you the lyric, and you tell me the name of the song or the artist, and if you don't get it right, I'll pass it to the next person. We'll go ahead and do it that way. So, at the top, JR2FJI, George in Kawagoe, Japan. Did you make it, George?
I made it, Alex, I made it. And I have to give you a compliment. You really sound like an American. Your English has very much improved. Okay, over to you, Alex.
Grazie, signore. All right, George. Your musical question is, now I know you don't follow a lot of music, George, and that's okay. You're a busy man, but I'm going to give you one of the first one's one of the easiest ones to get. So, where does this lyric, what song does this lyric come from? Here come old Flat Top. He come grooving up slowly. He got Juju Eyeball. He went Holy Roller. Now, I know that's a popular lyric, and you probably heard it in 100 different songs, but there's one I'm looking for. Where does that song come from?
Gee, yeah, Alex, why are you doing this to me? I don't know anything about foodie music except for the 60s, 70s a little bit. Otherwise, I don't listen to it. You could have as well spoken in Japanese, in English, in Chinese to me, so I'll jump this one. I'm sorry for it. Go ahead, Alex.
It's okay, George. I kind of knew that, but I have to ask you because it's part of the question of the night. So your question is then, what type of electronic, let me try again, what type of electromagnetic radiation has the shortest wavelength? The shortest wavelength, is that A, X-rays, B, gamma rays, or C, stingrays?
That's a good one, actually. Gee, yeah. Stingrays is nice. I like that one. Gamma rays, how about this one? JR2FJI port one. Thanks for doing the net, Alex. Back to you.
So you spent your time in your studies and not listening to music all the time, and that's correct. Yeah, gamma rays. Gamma rays have the shortest wavelength. Thanks, George. Good to hear you again, buddy. Little Al, Monterey, California, N6MOT. All right, the name that tune goes to you. The lyrics are, here comes old Flat Top. He come grooving up slowly. He got Juju Eyeball. He went Holy Roller. What's that from?
And WZ.
Let's see, Little Al, N6MOT. Probably fell asleep listening to something by the Beatles. Mike, San Diego. We'll try him later. KN6MIK. Hello, Mike. Well, name that tune. See if I can remember it all again. Here come old Flat Top. He come grooving up slowly. A Juju Eyeball. What's that come from, Mike?
Good evening, Alex. Always a pleasure. KN6MIK down here in rainy San Diego. I'm thinking that's Come Together by the Beatles.
You are correct, sir. Yeah, Come Together by the Beatles, written by both Lennon and McCartney. That's what they say. You got it. All right, your question is, the Internet is an amazing tool. You have the world at your fingertips and can look up the answer to just about anything. Unfortunately, it's going to vanish soon when Al becomes Sitnet and launches Skynet. Oh, wait a minute, I misread that. It's going to vanish soon when AI becomes Sitnet and launches Skynet. Sorry, Lilo. B, it's ruining our long-term memory, obviously. Or C, it's contributing to the demise of Hollywood, if you see that as a bad thing. Which of those is true, Mike?
Alex, as much as I'm seeing what's going on here, I'm thinking it's C, the demise of Hollywood. KN6MIK, back to you, Alex.
And that is partially true. I'll give you that, because a lot of the AI is using the fake actors and all that. It's hurting the actors. The studios are taking advantage of it, though, so it's not really, as a whole, hurting Hollywood. But actually, it's B. The Internet is ruining our long-term memory. Researchers found that subjects remembered less information if they knew they could easily look it up online. Moving working memory to long-term memory requires attention and focus that some people just don't have anymore because of the Internet. So think outside well, that's a cliche, but you know what I mean. Thank you, Mike. Think outside the iPhone. Dave in Portland, KK7HLD. Hello, Dave. Your lyric is, yeah, darn, gonna make it happen. Take the world in a love embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. By the way, don't do this in California. What's that come from, Dave?
Steppenwolf, born to be wild. Good evening there. Good to hear from you, Alex.
Thank you, Dave, and you are correct. Born to be wild, it is. And I really like Steppenwolf. They started to get too political, and then they got kind of squished by the record companies, but it adds to that. Your question is, let's see, here we are. Where did the members of the British band Pink Floyd meet? Pink Floyd, where did they meet, the original members? A, an opium den in London. B, at a Beatles concert. Or C, architectural school.
This is KK7HLD returning. I gotta say, first concert I ever went to was Steppenwolf. It was a music appreciation class. We had an awesome teacher in high school. Also, first time I ever got high, which was a contact high. I never really did drugs. But anyway, beside the point. Let's see, speaking of short-term memory, what was the answers again?
British band Pink Floyd meet, where do they meet? A, at an opium den in London. B, at a Beatles concert. Or C, architecture school.
Thank you very much. And I blame my stroke, not the Internet, for my short-term memory issues. I'm going to have to say C. I remember we were talking about it on that trip to the dark side of the moon. KK7HLD.
Yep, number one, or in the top 250, Billboard chart albums for 17 years. It's kind of amazing. Yep, it's architecture schools where the British band Pink Floyd met. Nick Mason, Richard White, and Roger Waters went to Regent Street Polytechnic, now known as the University of Westminster. Waters' friend Sid Barrett joined the group later. So that was that's where they met. Thanks, Dave. You got it, buddy. Victoria in Phoenix, if I can catch her at work. KK7AVK. First of all, are you with us?
Good evening, Alex. This is Victoria, KK786, and I'm here.
Okay, Victoria, this Name That Tune is kind of an old, well, anyway, a little harder than the others. Your lyrics are heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. What's that come from?
Well, it sounds familiar, but I can't think of it right now. But you have to sing it a little, but you probably wouldn't, so I'm just gonna take a pass on guessing.
It's okay. That one goes back a ways, but we'll get you a question real quick. It's kind of an odd question. I hope you have time for it. In 2019, a civil service worker in London used this as a weapon to fight off a terrorist at London Bridge. Did you read about this? What did he use? A cigarette lighter? B, a copy of the Quran? C, a narwhal tusk? I'm sure you've heard about this. What did this guy use to fight off the terrorist at London Bridge?
Could you just repeat the B and C answers?
Yeah, let's go over them again. Did he use a cigarette lighter, copy of the Quran, or a narwhal tusk, which is an elephant's tusk, not an elephant, a whale's tusk?
Charlie, that sounds like the fun answer. Anyway, thanks, Alex. Have a great evening. KK786, that's tonight.
Of course it was a narwhal tusk. You're correct. Darren Frost, 38, was seen confronting Usman Khan, 28, who was armed with two knives. Khan, who was wearing a fake suicide vest, was shot dead by police, unfortunately, but Mr. Frost, who works in the communications at the Ministry of Justice, they really do have places like that named in described how he grabbed the narwhal tusk from the wall of Fishmonger's Hall as Khan launched his attack during a prisoner rehabilitation event. Apparently the rehabilitation didn't work for Mr. Khan. So that's a strange one. Oh, upon hearing the news, House Democrats in the U.S. immediately started to work on a bill to declare narwhal tusk assault weapons and limit their length. So it's one thing that happened because of that. Thank you, Victoria. Brent, Pensacola, Florida, KF6HDJ. Hello, Brent. Let's see. Your song lyric is, it's the one that we did earlier. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. What's that come from?
Good evening, Alex, Vicky, the net. I've been racking my brains. I got the previous ones, and then, you stump us with this one. I'll take a wild stab that the name of the song is Heaven, but I don't know who it would be by. So back to you for my question.
Yeah, I'll draw some hints. Nobody's got it yet. It predates me. And it's something your parents or grandparents probably listened to, and it made popular by Fred Astaire. Maybe that'll help. All right, your question is: in 1915, the passenger ship Eastland left Chicago and sailed for Michigan City, Indiana, on the other side of Lake Michigan. Shortly after it departed, the ship capsized and dumped its 2,573 occupants into the water, unfortunately killing 844. It was the worst maritime disaster on the Great Lakes. Now, what caused the ship to capsize? A, it hit an iceberg. B, there were too many people on the starboard side of the ship. Or C, it had too many lifeboats.
Okay. I don't think it hit an iceberg, even though that the Great Lakes do freeze. I could see it having too many people on one side could cause it. But we're going to go with a wacky one. This is Trivia Net. The one that you wouldn't think it would be with Charlie. Too many lifeboats. KF6HDJ.
Brent, are you saying I'm getting predictable? Yeah, you're right. It was too many lifeboats. After the Titanic disaster in 1912, Congress forced ships to carry enough lifeboats for everybody. The extra lifeboats weighed the ship down and caused it to capsize. So, oops. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but obviously they changed that later. Thanks, Brent. You got it, buddy. It's a W7FTM in Scotts, Arizona. You're listening to the Star Night Trivia Net on the East Coast Reflector. And we have Lawrence and Cary, North Carolina, KR4BGL. Welcome back. And let's see, let me get you the tune again. Oh, we'll do this one more time, then I'll give it. Where are the lyrics, heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, come from?
Hello, everybody. Oh, geez. I unfortunately have not heard those lyrics before, so I'm more forgot. I haven't heard much of that music before, but I'm going to go on a wild guess and say it's hot, but I unfortunately have not heard those lyrics before. Back to that. KR4BG now.
No problem, Lawrence. I'll go ahead and tell that one. The song, the lyrics, heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, come from the song Dancing Cheek to Cheek that Fred Astaire sang and danced to back in the old days when they had musicals. It was written by Irving Berlin, and like I said, it predates just about all of us on this net, well, except for maybe WB2, JBQ. All right, your question, Lawrence, is, let's see, on December 5th, let me back up. On December 6th, 1664, one man was the only survivor of a shipwreck in North Wales. On December 5th, 1785, one man was the only survivor of a shipwreck in North Wales. On December 5th, 1820, one man was the only survivor of a shipwreck in North Wales. What else did these three men have in common? A, they were the same men. Cue the Twilight Zone music. B, they were the ship's cook. Or C, they were all named Hugh Williams.
That is a trick one. I am going to go with A.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool, though? Like an immortal ego from actually it was C. They were all named Hugh Williams. On December 5th, in 3 different centuries, a man named Hugh Williams was the only survivor of a shipwreck in North Wales. Although Hugh Williams is a common Welsh name, the odds are still kind of amazing, so it's an odd coincidence. Lawrence, don't feel bad. I don't think anybody knew that, so thank you for being here, buddy. Let's go to Don, Kennebec, Washington, KI7ZRI. Your lyric is, we're going to come back to the more modern ones. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. That's all you should need.
Okay, I have no idea whatsoever, but I'm guessing it's by Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, so close, so close. No, we'll save that one for the next person. All right, Don, your question is more odd trivia. I'll get through these. Betty Lou Oliver is the only person to ever survive A, a 75-foot story drop in an elevator, B, falling off the edge of the Grand Canyon and landing in the Colorado River, and believe me, that's a long way, or C, a shipwreck in North Wales on December 5th and not be named Hugh Williams. What's special about Betty Lou Oliver?
Those are great questions. I'm tempted to say C, but let's go with Alpha. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, how'd you know that? Yeah, Betty Lou Oliver is the only person to survive a 75-story drop in an elevator on 28th of July, 1945, 20-year-old Betty Lou plunged 1,000 feet in an elevator and down New York City's Empire State Building after an American B-52 bomber plane crashed into it. And surprise, surprise, it didn't collapse on itself. Betty's descent down what was then the world's tallest building ended in the basement, where she had to be cut out of the mangled elevator, but miraculously she didn't die, suffered a broken back, neck, toeless, but she recovered and lived another 54 years, passed away in 1999, so holy cow. By the way, she was the elevator operator, so talk about doing your job. Well, thanks, thank you, Don. Fred Reno, K7 FPS, welcome, Fred. Let's see, well, your song lyric is, I'll do this one again. My mother was a tailor, she sewed my new blue jeans.
I need a couple more bars of that one. Back to you, Alex.
Okay. My father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. Does that help?
Oh, darn. I know way too many songs. It's not coming to me. I'm going to take a pass on that, Alex. K7 FPS, back to you. Thank you, Vicki.
Your question is, actor Mark Wahlberg, more of the natural disasters section of the net, actor Mark Wahlberg was scheduled to be on one of the flights that crashed into the World Trade Center on 9/11, 2001, but missed his plane because A, he had a dream about it crashing, B, he got caught in traffic and didn't make it to the airport in time, or C, he was hungover from a party the night before.
Well, A and C are related. I'm going to go with Alpha on that one, Alex. Thank you. Okay, 7 FPS, back to net.
You know, if he was psychic, he should have picked some better movie roles. Although he hadn't done too bad, but you know, some of them were real stinkers. But no, it's C. He was too hungover from a party the night before. Wahlberg was partying at the Toronto Film Festival the night before and woke up hungover, so he decided to take a later flight, and he wasn't on the flight that crashed in, or one of the flights that crashed into the World Trade Center on 9/11. So someone was looking out for him. Thank you, Fred. It's a W7M along with K8 VKY. You're listening to the Eastern Night Trivia Net on the East Coast Reflector, going to Chris in Hollywood. KQ4 UPK. How you doing, Chris? Let's see. Your lyric is, we'll do this one, maybe one or two more times. I'll start giving more clues. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. Right, we'll get back to Chris later. It's Little Al in Monterey, N6 MOT. Did you make it back?
Yeah, I was just turning the knob to turn N6 MOT on Little Al in Monterey. I'm here.
All right, buddy, we're doing a Name That Tune for the question of the night. I'm going to give you the lyrics to a song. You tell me the song. All right, one more time with my mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. Come on, Al, you know what that's from.
Oh, I knew the one with Dancing Cheek to Cheek. I was waiting for you to give me that one. But I got no idea, Alex. Kenny Rogers song? I don't know. Anyway, give it a shot.
I must be showing my age. It's House of the Rising Sun, that made famous by the Animals, although Shocking Pink did a version later on. It was the composer is unknown. It's thought to be an Appalachian song, that's folk song that goes way back, and the Animals covered it probably the best of anyone else. So, all right, we'll retire that one. And your question is, in 1984, Harley-Davidson decided to cater to its biker clientele by offering them A, leather jackets with the rainbow logo patch sewn on the front pocket. B, free tickets to see the Village People in concert. Or C, wine coolers that they called scooter juice. What did Harley-Davidson do in 1984?
I'd like to say the leather jackets, but I don't know. Let's go with the stupid one, scooter juice, wine coolers. Thanks, Alex. And 6 emoji, 7-3.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, they came out with a wine cooler they called scooter juice. As you would expect, they didn't go over too well with the biker clientele, even in 1984. So thanks a little while. All right, well, try Chris in Hollywood one more time before we move on. KQ4 UPK, are you with us? Or against us? Over to Roy in Blasdell, New York. Your song lyric is... where are we? Oh. I should print in larger type. On a morning from a Bogart movie, in a country where they turn back time, you go strolling through the crowd like Peter Lorre contemplating a crime. Where does that come from? Where do you think it comes from, Roy?
I just can't remember the title of the song, though, at the present.
It's okay. We'll take the artist too, if you can think of who did it. Oh, that's okay. Think about it a while. We'll give you a question here, and then we'll see how you do there. All right. Roy, the custom of painting your fingernails, began with A, Egyptian queens, B, French monarchs, or C, Babylonian warriors.
I have no clue. I'm going to go with Charlie just for the heck of it.
Come on, Roy, you knew that. The ancient Babylonian warriors would paint their fingernails before going into battle. It indicated their class or their rank at the time. It was first started in 3200 BC. So, been around a while. Yeah, I do it just because it makes my fingers look pretty, not because I'm a warrior or anything. So, thanks. Thanks, Roy. Frank in Lancaster, New York, KC2JPQ, welcome back. And your lyric is, we'll throw this one out, see if you know this. On a morning from a Bogart movie, in a country where they turn back time. Where does that come from, Frank?
Good evening, Alex and Vicky and everybody on the net. Oh my God. I can't even think of a Bogart movie to give you a good guess on that one. I was kind of rooting for Roy. I was hoping he'd get that, but I can't. That's not the one where he's at the piano. All the places walk into a bar and you walked into mine or something like that. But that would be my best guess. I don't know what the name of that movie is. Casablanca?
Is that what is Casablanca? I'll go Casablanca. How's that? And I'm ready for my question, Alex. Back to you.
I tell you what, Frank, since you're familiar with Casablanca, I'll give you another chance. What was the name of the song that was being played on the piano that Rick wouldn't want played?
You has made me bananas. How's that? Haha. But I have no clue, Alex. And I'm ready for my question. Let me bow out of this gracefully, please.
As Sam was playing, as time goes by. All right, your question is. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, who was the longest-serving U.S. senator in history? The longest-serving U.S. senator in history, was it A, Lucifer, B, Ted Kennedy? Oh wait, didn't I just? No, that's B, Ted Kennedy, or C, Robert Byrd.
Okay, you broke up on the first one. A, give me the answers again.
That was apropos. A, Lucifer, B, Ted Kennedy, or C, Robert Byrd, the longest-serving U.S. senator.
I'm striking out. I'll just take a wild guess and say C and Charlie. Alex, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week. KC2JPQ.
Oh, you got it, Frank. Yeah, it was Robert Byrd. Although Ted Kennedy was in there a long time, Robert Byrd set the record, and I should have looked up the total number of years, but he didn't retire for a long, long time. So thanks. Thank you, Frank. You got it. Steve in Houston, N5ZUA. Let's see. All right, we'll try this one more time, and I'm going to tell everyone what it is, and we'll move on. It's on a morning from a Bogart movie in a country where they turn back time.
Time in a bottle? Gosh, I don't know. N5ZUA. Ready for a question.
My wife suggested this one. I thought, not that many people know Al Stewart, and it's For the Cat by Al Stewart. They played it on the radio constantly in the 80s for, well, a long, long time. Anyway, your question is, hey, this is in Texas. Dallas-based biotech company Colossal Biosciences announced in April they had cloned this animal using ancient DNA. A Tyrannosaurus Rex. Didn't the Jurassic Park movies teach him anything? B, a dodo bird, or C, a dire wolf.
I think it was C, a dire wolf. N5ZUA.
Which a lot of people haven't even heard of until they came up with that or watched the movie. Was it Game of Thrones or something? It's a dire wolf, a white wolf. It's 3 dire wolf pups were created using ancient DNA, cloning, and gene editing technology to alter the genes of a gray wolf, the prehistoric dire wolf's closest living relative. Now, I have a cloning ethics question. If you clone yourself and you push your clone off a cliff to its death, it's probably a crime, but what crime is it? Is it murder, suicide, or making an obscene clone fall? I don't know. Thank you, Steve. You got it. Chris, Ancaster, Ontario, Canada. V3RWJ, welcome back. Let's see. Okay, we got the Elstrud one out of the way. Your lyric is, one pill makes you larger and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all.
White Rabbit, Jefferson Airplane. Ready for my question.
And you are correct, sir. Yeah, a lot of people, and I think I've explained this before, thought it was a song about drugs, because it sure sounds like it, but it's actually a song, an anti-war song against the Vietnam War. The white men on the chessboard are the American soldiers, and the Red Queen is the communist Chinese. Anyway, it's an interesting song, to say the least. Your question is, where did Richard Marin of Cheech and Chong get the nickname Cheech? A, Cheech is a Mexican slang for marijuana cigarette. B, he wanted to be a preacher when he was a child, but couldn't pronounce the word preach. He said Cheech. R.C., when his uncle saw him for the first time in his crib, he said that Marin looked like a chicharron, a Mexican dish that features deep-fried pigskin. How did he get that name, nickname Cheech?
Oh, boy. I'm going to guess B. Maybe it was really high and he couldn't say it.
Yeah, apparently your relatives are a little more harsh than they are in the, of course, I don't know, I had an uncle that was kind of like that. And his uncle saw him for the first time in the crib and said that Marin looked like a chicharron, Chicharron, a Mexican dish that features deep-fried pigskin. So I don't think it's a compliment, but it may have been, but he showed him. Thank you, Chris. Andy, Cheektowaga, New York, W2AJR, Andy. Let's see, would you, I'll give you your song lyric here. Come down off your throne and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Somebody holds the key. Now, I'm reasonably sure this one is about, do you know what band or group did that? Is that a little too far out? W2AJR. That's okay, we'll come back to them later. Let's go to Larry and Stephanie in Elk Grove, KN6JLX and KN6JLW. All right, we'll try this one again. This one's a little more obscure. Come down off your throne and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You're the reason I've waited so long. Somebody holds the key. And where did that come from? It was played a lot. I'll give you a hint. It's from the late 60s.
Alex, this is Stephanie, KN6JLW, and Larry, KN6JLX. We have no idea. Go ahead with our other question.
All right, we're going to throw the lava lamp on that one. That was Can't Find My Way Home by Blind Faith. It was played a lot, but not that much. Okay, your question is, who is the best-selling novelist of all time? Best-selling novelist of all time. Is it A, Charles Dickens, B, Agatha Christie, or C, Alex Jones?
All right, we're going with Bravo, I think. Have a great rest of the net, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Well, those time changes wonderful, and Arizona didn't follow it anyway. I appreciate you trying, and you're correct. Yeah, it's B, Agatha Christie. A lot of people think it's Charles Dickens, but nope. Agatha Christie sold over 2 billion with the B books, putting her third in overall sales, right behind Shakespeare and the Bible. So, good company. Thanks, guys. Over to Teresa, College Station, Texas. By the way, it's a W7FTM. K5MUX. Hello, Teresa. Let's see. Your lyric is, I bet you knew the last one. I'm going to give you another one. Hang on a second. Here it is. I said, wait a minute, mister. I didn't even kiss her. Don't want no trouble with you. Where does that come from?
this is KE5MUX, and I was doing pretty good right up through House of the Rising Sun, and I haven't known any of these last few. I don't even have a guess. What's my other question, Alex?
That's okay. I thought since you're in Texas, you may have heard that one, but your question is, hey, lucky you, you get the weird news trivia story of the week. Which of the following headlines was an actual news story from this week? A, bagpipers claimed a new world record on when playing AC/DC's It's a Long Way to the Top. B, Treasury to replace pennies with dollars since they now have the same value. Or C, shoe manufacturers rush to design new nickel loafers. Which one of those is true?
Well, I saw a deal about the world record bagpipers. I did not happen to hear which song they were playing, so I'm going to play, maybe play A as well. Thank you for doing the net, Alex. Thank you, Vicky, I think it is, 73L KE5MUX.
Yes, Vicky, it is, and you're correct. Yeah, it was the hundreds of bagpipers claimed a new world record playing AC/DC's It's a Long Way to the Top. It was billed as the Great Melbourne Bagpipe Bash, so that's probably what AC/DC. It was in Australia, so it's I wonder why they didn't make the national news. Thank you, Teresa. John in South St. Park, Minnesota, KC1 QPO. Glad you can make it in, and your tune is hang on a second. Yeah. Wait a minute, mister. I didn't even kiss her. Don't want no trouble with you. Who does that one come from? We'll probably put that one to rest pretty quick if you don't get it.
Well, I know the song, and I want to say Leonard Skinner, but I'll be darned if I can think of the name. I don't know, but I know the tune. Yep. That's My Woman There, and I'm a Man Who Cares, and this might be all for you. But I'll be danged if I can put the nail on it. Go ahead.
Yep, you got the lyrics just right. Yeah, it was Leonard Skinner, and the song is Gimme 2 Steps, or Gimme 3 Steps. I shortened them a step. Yeah, Gimme 3 Steps by Leonard Skinner. A very funny song by a southern rock band, and surprised you knew that one, John. It's pretty cool. Wide range of music that you are interested in. All right, your question. What element has the chemical symbol Fe, big F little e? Is that A, fluorine, B, iron, or C, female?
Well, I was just lamenting tonight that there haven't been any science questions. And lo and behold, I draw one. And the correct answer is iron. Go ahead.
No, it's sort of female is what Fe's. You're right. Yeah, it's iron. Yeah, iron it is. Yeah, it just popped up, and there you were, and you got the next one. So thank you, John. You're correct on both. Thanks for being on that, buddy. Over next to Alex in Pasadena, KD5AJZ. Your song lyric is, if I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then, again, I would spend them with you. Well, that guy was a poet, whoever that was, or she was. Who was that?
Well, I had 3 steps, but no, this one sounds familiar, but it's not popping, so I'll take a pass and go on to the real question, or the other question. Go for it, Alex.
Yeah, no problem, Alex. See, like a few weeks ago, I did I'd throw out a word and you would put it in the title of the song, and people did real good in that. This is a little bit tougher, so I think this is, I know, a lot of people are getting them right, though. So, your question is, in 2004, farmers in India used this as a substitute for pesticide because it was cheaper and worked just as well. What they use instead of the bug juice? A, alcohol, B, Coca-Cola, or C, Gatorade. We saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
I did see that movie, so I know the answer is not Gatorade. Actually, the answer is Coke, and I'm actually going to take a stab at the song and say Time in a Bottle, but I'm not sure. Great net as always. Tough questions for me these days. KD5HAZ, back to net.
Good stab. You're correct. Yeah, it is Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce. One of the great artists, and unfortunately taken too soon. And I tell you, I think I had every album, all three of them. Yeah. And that is correct, and you are correct. It is Coca-Cola, as they used in India to kill the bugs. Both Pepsi and Coke were used and worked equally well for insect control. Probably cost less, too, at least in India. Thank you, Alex. All right, there's a W7FTM in Scottsdale, Arizona, going next to Brian in Monticello, Kentucky, AC4BR. Hello, Brian, and welcome back. And your lyric is: a broom is drearily sweeping up the broken pieces of yesterday's life. Somewhere a queen is weeping, somewhere a king has no wife. Sounds like the British royal family in a nutshell, doesn't it? What do you say?
Well, good evening there, Alex, and speaking, everybody on the net. Unfortunately, I have no idea. It sounds faintly familiar, but I just don't even have a clue, unfortunately. I did pretty good on most of them, but I had Leonard Skinner give me 3 steps, but I'm going to take a pass on that one.
Yeah, no problem. We'll probably pass that one around again, and there's people here around my age should know that. Your question is, Brian, every time you blink your eyes, an angel gets its wings. B, a couple shares a kiss. Or C, 10 people die.
Could you repeat the question one more time? Sorry, I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, no problem. Every time you blink your eyes, I'll go over them again. An angel gets its wings, a couple shares a kiss, or 10 people die.
Gotcha, alright. I thought that whole thing was the answer A, so it just threw me up a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to go, not to be morbid, but I guess I'll go see Charlie for that one. Anyway, I'll send it back to you to say C4BR.
Well, let's hope A and B happens more frequently than that, but yeah, you're correct. Every time you blink your eyes, 10 people pass away, but then a whole bunch more are born, so it's works, I understand. Thank you, Brian. Hal in Hillsboro, Oregon, KC7ZZB. Your lyric is, we'll try this one again. A broom is drearily sweeping of the broken pieces of yesterday's life. Where does that come from?
In my mind, I think it's The Wind Cries Mary. Is that correct? And that's my question.
You are correct, sir. Wind Cries Mary by Jimi Hendrix. Another excellent piece of music from late 60s. Your question is, all right, in which state was the fastest speeding ticket ever recorded handed out? It was for 205 miles per hour in a 75 mile per hour zone. Well, that sounds reasonable. Was it A, California, B, Minnesota, or C, Rhode Island? Boy, probably threw it in like 2 seconds.
California, but I'm going to guess Minnesota. KC7ZZB.
It I intentionally put California in there thinking somebody would say that because California. You're right, it's Minnesota. And what's more, it was a motorcycle. In 2005, Minnesota State Patrol officers and a plane spotted two motorcycles blazing down US 61. Samuel Tilley, the faster rider at 205 miles per hour, was arrested for reckless driving. Tilley was 20 years old and the son of a sheriff's deputy. Oh, yeah. By the way, there was a story about a rally racer in Texas doing 242 in a souped-up car, but that got a ticket, but that appears to be an urban legend. Has no proof exists to back the claims. I just wanted you guys to look up the questions there. I'm going to warn you about that one. Thank you, Hal. You got it, buddy. Terry, Harrogate, Tennessee, KF4 ACB. Let's see, where are we on the lyrics list? Okay, this one's kind of interesting. Let's do this one. I'll wait in this place where the sun never shines. Wait in this place where the shadows run from themselves. Ever heard of that one? Mary in Harrogate, Tennessee, KF4 ACB.
Quincy there. Am I in there now?
Yes, that's you. I see on the monitor. You're on, and did you get the lyric I threw at you?
I don't know how I got bumped off there. White Room by Cream.
And you are correct, sir. That's White Room by Cream. Very cool. All right, Terry, your question is, what law states that pressure and volume are inversely proportional for a gas at a constant temperature? Surprised I got that out right. A, Newton's law, B, Boyle's law, or C, Marshall law?
Repeat that question. The answers were too funny.
Oh, one more time. What was that?
Just in that the last answer got me tickled, and I forgot the question.
Okay, I should probably talk at a speed people can actually understand me. What law states that pressure and volume are inversely proportional for a gas at a constant temperature? What law is A, Newton's law, B, Boyle's law, or C, Marshall law?
Well, I would say Marshall law, but that's the wrong application at the wrong time. I'm going to go with alpha.
Yeah, that's one that Newton didn't come up with. Actually, Boyle's law states that pressure and volume inversely proportional for a gas at constant temperature. It's Boyle's law. I hadn't heard of it. I probably should have, but I didn't either. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you being there. Let's go to Jason in Oakville, Ontario, Canada, VA3DFG. Your song is, since Terry got the last one, the radio is blasting. Someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girlfriend. She passed it on the floor. I've seen so many things I ain't never seen before. Where does that come from?
Unfortunately, I don't have a clue.
No problem. Your question is, what are suspenders for holding up your pants commonly called in Great Britain? What do they call suspenders over there? A, suspenders. B, braces. Or C, over-the-shoulder knickers holders.
I think I'll just go with alpha. Thanks for doing the net.
Oh, they're Brits. They got to call it something different. It's braces is what they call suspenders in Great Britain. Of course, they also have teeth braces, which anyway, it's confusing. I have no idea if there's a nickname for that either, or common name. Thank you, Jason. Kevin, Valley Springs, California, K6 KJV. Your lyric is. I will try that again. Try this one again. If I can find it again. The radio is blasting. Someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girlfriend. She's passed out on the floor. Where's that come from? Hey, Kevin, did I put you to sleep? K6 KJV? Okay, let's go over to Jim in Byron Center, Michigan, KF8 ADS. Hey, welcome, Jim, to the net, and we'll throw that lyric at you there if you're still with us. The radio is blasting. Someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girlfriend. She's passed out on the floor. Let's do some more of it. I've seen so many things I ain't never seen before. Where's that come from?
Would be Three Dog Night.
You are correct, sir. It's Three Dog Night. It's Mama Told Me Not to Come. And it was actually written by Randy Newman, so that makes sense when you know that Randy Newman wrote that song. Your question is, Native American leader famously resisted American expansion in the Great Plains during the 19th century. Was that A, Chief Sitting Bull of the Sioux, B, Chief Geronimo of the Apache, or C, Chief Wild Eagle of the Hakawi?
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, you bet. Which Native American leader famously resisted American expansion in the Great Plains during the 19th century? A, Chief Sitting Bull of the Sioux, B, Chief Geronimo of the Apache, or C, Chief Wild Eagle of the Hakawi?
I'm going to go with Sitting Bull.
And that is the correct Native American, yeah. Chief Sitting Bull of the Sioux. Of course, Geronimo was over here in Arizona, and he was quite a warrior too. And Wild Eagle of the Hakawi, well, they didn't really fight the white men. They just wanted to make business deals. So it's okay. Thank you. You got it, James. Thanks. Ray, Lafayette, Tennessee, K. Oh, hang on a second. Let me move a cat. KI4REY. Well, first of all, are you with us?
Roger that, Alex. I'm present and accounted for, KI4AY.
Okay, your lyric is, I am a lineman for the county and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. Song or the artist?
Well, roger that. That's Glenn Campbell. And I cannot remember the title for the life of me.
Yep, you got it. It's Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell, who the song was actually written by Jimmy Webb, who was a prolific songwriter back in those days. And the cool thing about Glenn Campbell is he gave full credit to Jimmy Webb for writing most of his songs. So he's a pretty good guy. He used to live here in Arizona when he was still alive. So, all right, your question is, which Supreme Court case established the principle of separate but equal? Separate but equal. Was it A, Plessy versus Ferguson, B, Brown versus Board of Education, or C, Tyson versus Holyfield?
I believe it would be Plessy versus Ferguson.
Did you go to law school, Ray? Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, Plessy versus Ferguson. The Supreme Court upheld the Louisiana state law that allowed for equal but separate accommodations for the white and colored, whereas Brown versus Board of Education ruled that U.S. state laws establishing racial segregation in public schools violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. So that's, you got it. Thanks. Thank you, Ray. W7FTM, along with Vicky, VKY, using to the Eastern and TriviaNet on the East Coast Reflector, and going next to Sean, KJ5, LXB. Your song is, your lyric is, I'm sorry. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. Who did that, or what's the name of the song?
This is AJ5 Alex, Taxi, Texas, and I have no idea where that lyric comes from.
Yeah, no problem. I'll give people a hint. He's Canadian, the guy that did it. All right, your question is, when you flip a penny, which side of the coin is the most likely to come up? Yep, there's a side most likely to come up. Maybe. A, heads, B, tails, or C, either one has an equal chance of coming up.
Let's go with Charlie. This is KJ5 LXB.
You know, you'd certainly think so, Sean, but actually the tails is most likely to come up because a penny's center of mass is slightly more on the head side, making tails come up, what they think almost 80% of the time. It's flipped, the same way each time. So, of course, we don't have to worry about it anymore since pennies are going, bye-bye. Thanks. Thank you, Sean. David, Owensboro, Kentucky, W9DWH, welcome back. All right, let's throw that lyric at you again. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. Who wrote to that, or who's the name, or what's the name of the song? Sometimes I gotta call David twice. W9DWH.
Good evening, Alex, and everyone on the net. Yeah, I was having some internet connectivity problems. I think I got it going now.
No problem. I knew you'd show up if I just kept trying. Your lyric is, I'm going to tell you the lyric. You tell me what song it's from. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well in a castle dark or fortress strong. What, and where it comes from?
I'm going to say Terrence Trent D'Arby, but I'm pretty sure I got those lyrics wrong, but I just wanted to give it a shot, right or wrong. Go ahead with the question, Alex.
Yeah, no problem. So close. So your question is, where did the term logbook come from? Logbook come from? Where did that term come from? A, lumberjacks keeping track of the trees they felled. B, sailors keeping track of the speed of a ship. Or C, pioneers keeping track of the winter wood they needed for their cabin's fireplace. Where does a logbook come from?
A and C sound logical, so I'll just go against the flow and guess Bravo. Thanks for doing the net as always, Alex. I'll catch everybody next week. W9, you betcha.
Yeah, you got it, David. The logbook comes from B, sailors keeping track of the speed of the ship. A log was tied to a rope and put into the water, and they would measure the knots to see how far they traveled. So, if you haven't seen Master and Commander yet, if you like good movies about sailing and and maritime war and all that, it's probably the best movie I've ever seen about that, the 1800s and 1700s sailing. Is if you're into that. Thanks. All right. Next up, we have Ernest in Bronson, Florida. KD4 RHL, welcome. And let's see. Are we still on the other one? Yeah. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well in a castle dark or a fortress strong. Where does that come from? I'll give you a hint. The guy's Canadian. It was popular in the 70s, and he later on did a song that was really, really long about a ship that got lost in a lake.
Well, Alex, I'm not certain, but the last clue you gave there, Lost in a Lake, I think was a Gordon Lightfoot number, but I don't really remember. Back to you, sir.
Yep, you got it, Ernest. Yeah, it was, the song is If You Could Read My Mind by Gordon Lightfoot, and he did that one before he did the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and that's the guy. All right, your question is, what is the term for animals that maintain a constant body temperature? Animals that maintain a constant body temperature, are they called A, endothermic, B, ectothermic, or C, furothermic?
Well, I don't know, so I'm going to spin the wheel, Alex, and go with A.
Let's see. What does Vanna say? You're correct. Yep, you didn't need a vowel. It is endothermic is the term for animals that maintain a constant body temperature, like polar bears, which is interesting. They hold that fat and good fur on there that keeps them cool or warm. Thank you. Timothy, Tillamook, Oregon, KK7NXC. All right, well, we got the Gordon Lightfoot one out of the way. Your lyric is, all aboard, aye. I've listened to preachers, I've listened to fools, I've watched all the dropouts who make their own rules. One person conditioned to rule and control, the media sells it, and you live the role. Kind of a long one, but who is that?
This is KK7NXB. That's going to be Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne.
Right on the money. See, we did have an Ozzy Osbourne in there. Somebody mentioned him earlier, and that's... don't forget that one when you hear it. All right, your question is, in 1981, who said no one will need more than 637 kilobytes of memory for a personal computer? 640K ought to be enough for anybody. A, IBM Chairman Thomas Watson. B, Microsoft founder, I've decided now that climate change is a bunch of hooey, Bill Gates. Or C, Apple CEO Steve Jobs.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to go with Alpha, KK7NXB, back to that.
You know, IBM Chair Thomas Watson was the guy who made the mistake of not going with the graphical user interface and thinking that, DOS would just live forever. Yeah, he was wrong. It was Microsoft founder Bill Gates that said that 640K ought to be enough for anybody. Well, maybe at the time. Thanks. Thank you, Timothy. Dan, Spokane, Washington, KG7ZCW. Welcome back. And your lyric is... let's see, where are we here? Like I said, I should write these larger next time. Inagata Davida, baby, don't you know that I love you? Where's that come from?
guys right now.
You.
That one, but, well, who did it?
Sorry, Alex. It sounds like we're having some difficulties over here. That would be Iron Butterfly.
You remember that far back, do you, when we were very young? Yeah, that's what it is. It's Doug was writing that song. He was a little intoxicated, and as you know, probably know, was supposed to be in the Garden of Eden, and he was kind of slurring his words. So Doug wrote it that way, and the other band members said, "Yeah, let's go with it." Yeah. All right, your question is. A pair of these can produce over 100,000 descendants in just 1 year. 100,000 descendants in 1 year from just one pair. A, cockroaches. B, mice. Or C, politicians.
Well, Teddy Kennedy would definitely say C there, Alex, but I'm going to pick A.
And the strange thing is, you would think, but they actually don't produce that quickly. I mean, do, but it's not that quickly. It's mice that can produce, a pair of mice that can produce over 100,000 descendants in just 1 year. So they really get it on there. That's, even cockroaches can't compete with them. That's, thanks, thank you, Dan. All right, Scott in Houston, N7FGP. Let's see, you made it in. Welcome back, buddy. Your lyric is, I pulled into Nazareth, was feeling about half-past dead. I just needed a place where I could lay my head. What's that come from, Scott?
I'm terrible with remembering names. I can hear the song in my head. Oh, shoot. Not coming to me right now. Anyhow, I'm ready for a question.
No problem. Your question is, the Maud Flanders character on The Simpsons was killed off because A, people who watched the show didn't like her, B, her voice actress wanted too much money, or C, the animators made a mistake. It was Ned Flanders that was supposed to be killed off. Hopefully you've seen The Simpsons.
Oh, yes. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I think it's probably Bravo. Thanks for doing the net tonight. N7FGP.
W2 AJV.
Hang on a second. Yes, you are correct, Scott. Yeah, they killed her off because her voice actress wanted too much money, so they just bumped her off. All right, taking more check-ins for the Stray Night Trivia Net. Full call signs phonetically twice, please. I think we heard one person there, so we'll go ahead and call for more check-ins. Come now, please.
Hey, Jeff. W2 AJV. Good morning.
Kilo 6, Kilo Juliet Victor, K6KJV. I got booted for some reason.
Kilo India 5
Victor Kilo 3 Alpha Whiskey Alpha VK3AWA.
PE3BZ Victor Echo 3 Bravo Zulu.
Now 4 India X-ray, Zulu Lima 4 India X-ray in and out.
Kilo India 5 Alpha Oscar Kilo KI5 AOK.
Alpha India 4 Kilo Alpha AI 4KA.
Okay, let's hold it up there. There was some doubling. Let me make sure I got everybody. We have W2HAV Anthony in Atco, New Jersey. Welcome back. Kevin K6KJV. Yeah, we called you. Something happened. The connection got dropped. Got you this time. VK3AWA. Daryl Paradise Beach. Welcome back, Daryl. ZL4IX. Zachary in New Zealand was in and out. V3BZ. Kevin, one of our facilitators in Victoria Harbor, Canada. KI5AOK Rob in Katy, Texas, and AI4KA Chuck in Tallahassee. Now, there was a little bit of doubling. I may have missed somebody, so one more time, full call sign phonetically twice, please, and we'll get on with this round.
And 0JMB, November 0, Juliet Mike Bravo.
Double on the very first call. That was me, K4BBR.
Yeah, I've got you that
Kilo
name,
India
voice.
5, Whiskey Uniform.
Make it to the first time. I also picked up Jason in
KI5W.
Richmond, Minnesota, in 0JMB, and Boyce and Surprise, K4BBR. And in 5WWU. Welcome back. Or in 5, now we got the call sign wrong. We'll fix that. All right, question of the night. Now, we're playing Name That Tune. Prepare to die. Looks like we're in for nasty weather. Where do those lovely lyrics come from?
I have no idea. Absolutely none. W2HAV. Give me a Sinatra song. That makes sense. But I have no idea where those lyrics are from. And Jeff, you're doing a stellar job with the net. Keep it up, pal. Hello to Vicky and Bill and the entire staff. W2HAV. And Fred in Reno. And I heard my pal Chris check in too. W2HAV back to that.
Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, New York would have been too easy for you guys, so I had to go almost as far back as Sinatra to get those lyrics, but we'll try it again. Your question is, which famous author said the following about William Shakespeare? This immortal pilferer of other men's stories and ideas, with his monstrous rhetorical fustian, his unbearable platitudes, his pretentious reduction of the simplest problems to the commonplaces against which a polytechnic debating club would revolt. Who said that about Shakespeare? Was it A, Charles Dickens, B, George Bernard Shaw, or C, Dr. Seuss?
Well, I'm going to go with George Bernard Shaw because his statements were very, very wordy. W2HAV.
Yep, Anthony, you called that one just right. That's exactly who said that. George Bernard Shaw, and an Irishman who was very, very wise. And although you got to love that burn about Shakespeare, that's pretty funny. Anyway, thanks for playing. Anthony. Kevin in Valley Springs. Glad we got you back. K6KJV. The lyric to your song is, hope you got your things together. Hope you are quite prepared to die. Looks like we're in for nasty weather. One eye is taken for an eye. Where does that come from?
Well, thank you very much, sir, for picking me up there, Alex. I don't know what happened before. Sorry about that. But this K6KJV, and I have no idea. I know it's not November Rain from Guns N' Roses, but I don't know. So I'll just a regular question.
Who was the oldest man to win People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive? think we paid attention to this. The oldest man to win People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive, was it A, Cary Grant, B, Sean Connery, or C, Dick WB2 JPQ?
I'm going to take a guess and say Sean Connery.
Not sure. Yeah, it's Sean Connery. Yeah, it's who it is. Yeah, it's People Magazine. Yeah, I missed that issue, but you got it. Thanks. Thank you, Kevin, for answering the silly question. Gerald in Paradise Beach, Australia, VK3AWA. Welcome back. We'll throw this lyric out one more time, then we'll go ahead and send this one, flush this one. Hope you got your things together. Hope you're quite prepared to die. Looks like we're in for nasty weather. One eye is taken for an eye. Comes from which song or waters?
Good evening, Alex, Vicky, and everyone, and a belated happy birthday, Alex. Would it be Credence, Alex? Back to you.
That's who it would be. Creedence Clearwater Revival, A Bad Moon Rising. It came out when I was a young lad, and yeah, it was played on the radio a lot, but it's somewhat dated. But you got it, buddy. That's glad they have Credence down there too. After all, you sent us Men at Work and that other weird group of the attorney. Your question is the famous Pig Beach, where you can see wild pigs swimming, is located in A, Arkansas, B, the Bahamas, or C, the View.
I'll go with B, Bahamas, Alex. Thanks for the net.
That is correct. Yeah, it's the Bahamas. The wild pigs get in there and swim, and you can watch them. I just go to Washington, you get the same. Anyway, I won't go there. Thanks, Cheryl. Glad you could make it. Thanks for the work you do for the East Coast Reflector, by the way. Kevin, speaking of work you do for East Coast Reflector, one of our facilitators in Victoria Harbor, Canada, VD3 BC. Your lyric is, I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Who is that? Artist or name of song?
Well, good evening, Alex, Vicky, and everyone, and that sounds familiar, but I cannot think of it. You know what would help if you sang the lyrics? Maybe that would help, but anyway, maybe next time. Anyway, I'm ready for my question.
No, the people would sign off, and that would be the end of the net. So I don't want to do that. If you want to sing the lyrics, please. I'll get Vicky to sing the lyrics. Hey, Vicky, do you? I know she's busy enough as it is, I guess. Your question is, well, here's one everyone knows. Who composed the music for the video game Sonic the Hedgehog 3? Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Who composed the music for that? Was it A, Phil Collins, B, Michael Jackson, or C, Herman's Hermits?
Well, I couldn't see the first two doing it, but I could be wrong. Maybe this is a trick question, but I'm going to go with C. Thanks, Alex. Back to you, VE3BZ.
Hey, thanks for joining the net, Kevin. Good to hear you on there. And it's it's a little early for them. Late for them. Michael Jackson, composed the music for the video game, and no, I didn't know that either. But of course, I have never played that video game. I'm still playing Pong. So, thank you, Kevin. Rob in Katy, Texas. By the way, this is W7 FTM in Scottsdale, Arizona. KI5AOK. Welcome back, Rob. Your lyric is, I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. It's an oldie.
is Robert Cat5AOK. You know what? I'm plugging in through ChatGPT and see what it says. Now, I don't know if this is correct or not, but it threw out Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash. I think his first hit, so. You got it. Your question is, in the film The Wizard of Oz, what was used to make the snow in the poppy field scene? Remember that? All that snow coming down in the poppy fields that put him to sleep by the Wicked Witch? Was it A, cotton candy, B, soap flakes, or C, asbestos?
You know, I wouldn't doubt if it was probably C, asbestos, because back in those days, well, you know, they kept their causing stuff with that stuff, but, I would say, you know, I would take guess, because I don't remember that scene at all, but, let's see, snowflakes, probably, let's go with A, cotton candy. Let's go with A. Thanks for doing the net, Alex, and for everyone else, have a great rest of your weekend. This is Robert Cat5AOK.
Well, it would have been a lot healthier for the cats if they used cotton candy or soap flakes, but no, you had the first time. It was asbestos. It used to be sold as fireproof snow for household Christmas scenes. It even said asbestos right on the box. Like, hey, asbestos, fireproof. Yeah, fireproof. And Hollywood used it, and, yeah, well, they didn't know, but good Lord. Thanks. Thank you, Rob. Chuck in Tallahassee, Florida, AI4KA. Well, welcome back, Chuck. I'm glad you could make it again. Your lyric is, since the last one was guessed, if there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. Huh? Anyway, where'd that come from?
Why, that would be the classic Stairway to Heaven.
And you are correct, sir. Yeah, even a hardcore classical music lover would probably know that one, because they really played that song. It was a classic song, and you can't beat that for the guitar rim in the end. That's anyway. Your question is, where are we? In Russia, one way to ring in the New Year is by downing. Okay, in Russia, one way to ring in the New Year is by downing a glass of champagne filled with A, the ashes of a relative, B, the ashes of a Ukrainian soldier, or C, the ashes of a piece of paper with your wishes written on it. What do they do to ring in the New Year in Russia?
In regards to the Zeppelin tune, I used external for the when breaks. And for your, I believe they built the Keith Richards path with a relative. Let's go with that. A.
Yeah, is Keith Richards Russian? No, wait a minute. He's not. He's alive. No, he's not alive. He is alive. Actually, it's C. They ring in the New Year by drinking a glass of champagne filled with the ashes of a piece of paper with your wishes written on it. Well, that's not too bad. That's thank you, Chuck. Jason in Richmond, Minnesota, N0JMB. Welcome to the Saturday Night Trivia Net. Your lyric is, I worked like a slave for years, sweat so hard to stay in my tears, not to end my life a poor man, but by now I should have run. What's that come from?
Boy, I tell you what, I know a lot of music and a lot of decades, and that's not even ringing a bell at all with me. So you picked a good one, I guess. I have no idea.
Okay, well, it's kind of an oldie. We'll try a couple more times here. We're almost to the end anyway, so we'll see if anybody else gets it. Your trivia question is, this one isn't much better. The word mistletoe is believed to be derived from the German words mist and tongue. When you kiss under the mistletoe, you're kissing under the A, kiss tongue, B, poison berry, or C, poop stick.
I tell you what, I want to say A, but I'm going to say B. B, final answer.
Oh no, it's even worse than that. Mistletoe, in the words mist and tang, poop stick. Mist means manure, and tang means branch. So you're kissing under the poop stick, to put it politely. Yeah, I don't know how that came about, but that's. And George can confirm that, by the way. Thanks. Thank you, Jason. Boyce and Surprise. Hey, welcome back, K4 BBR. Glad you could make it. Your lyric is, I worked like a slave for years, sweat so hard to stay in my fears, not to end my life a poor man, but by now I should have run. Well, who's that singing that?
Q4 BBR, good evening, Alex. Man, I don't know, but those words would make me very moody and probably blue. Oh, wait, that's the Moody Blues, but I don't remember the title.
Yeah, you got it. It's Ride My Seesaw by the Moody Blues, another oldie. So very, very good. Your question is, this one's a little more obtuse. Which progressive era rock band first called themselves the Sex Maggots? The Sex Maggots. A, the Goo Goo Dolls, B, the Sex Pistols, or C, Pearl Jam. Now, it could be any one of those. What do you think?
Yeah, that might be an all of the above. I'm going to go with Bravo, thinking the Pistols probably changed their name, so I'll go with Bravo. Thanks for the net, Alex.
Well, I don't follow this band, although I have heard some of the Goo Goo Dolls songs, and they weren't bad for progressive. You know, it's them and Coldplay I kind of like, but yeah, it was the Goo Goo Dolls. A Connecticut club owner refused to put Sex Maggots on the show poster, prude, so they had to come up with a new name, and they did. It's much better. Thanks, boys. Lynn in Houston, and last on my list, KI5WWU. The lyrics for your song are, we skipped the light fandango, turned cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick, but the crowd called out for more. Where's that come from?
KI5WWU, Lynn in Houston. Thanks for running the net, Alex and Vicky. I can hear the lyric, and I can't put my finger on the artist right now, and I'm going to hate it as soon as you tell me. So, ready for my question, sir.
You know, that's the problem I had. I could never remember the name of this band because it sounds like another band. I'd get them mixed up, but maybe you'll think of it. So, your question is, the band Coldplay was named after a book of poems. What was their original name? A, Cold Feet. One more time. A, Cold Feet. B, Starfish. Or C, Nickelback.
I'm going to go with Bravo. Thanks for on the net. Back to you, KI5WWU.
Yeah, that's it. They used to be called Starfish before they changed their name, and actually, I kind of like some of their songs too. They're starting to sound more like the old groups from the 60s and 70s, but I don't say that out loud. They'll probably change it. Thank you, Lynn. It's a W7 FTM in Scottsdale, Arizona, taking more check-ins for the Saturday Night Trivia Net. You can play our Name That Tune and get a regular trivia question. Full call sign phonetically twice, please.
Check.
I heard somebody, but you dropped out. Try it again. See, John, KC1 QPL, did you want another question? Are you there? Did you check in?
KC1 QPL, since it's quiet, I just wanted to tell you Nickelback got its name from the lead singer's brother who worked at Starbucks. And he would, when people would check out, he would ask for a Nickelback. And that's where that band got its name. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're a band that a lot of people like to make fun of, especially on social media. But yeah, they're okay. I've heard much worse bands that got famous. Grand Funk Railroad, not that they were okay. But yeah, I hear you. Thanks for that, John. Appreciate it. All right, last call. You want to check into the Cernet Trivia Net? Full call sign phonetically twice, please.
Whiskey Bravo 7, Victor Papa India. Whiskey Bravo 7, Victor Papa India.
Hello, world. How you doing? Welcome back to the Cernet Trivia Net, WB7VPI. I'm doing a Name That Tune question of the night, so I'm going to give you the lyric. Tell me the name of the song and the artist if you can. Your lyric is, trailers for sailor rent, rooms to let for 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. Where's that come from?
Oh, Alex, that one's pretty easy. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road. WB7VPI.
Yeah, you got it. Roger Miller, King of the Road. And when I first heard that, I was traveling with my parents. I was a kid in a car. We were going across country, Arizona. And I heard that, and I thought, wow, that's a great song. They're playing it on the radio. And it kind of got me started in music. So, all right, your question is, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, remember that series way back when, was based on another science fiction television series. What did they base Star Trek Deep Space Nine on? A, Lost in Space, B, Babylon 5, or C, My Mother the Car?
Alex, I don't know for sure, but I think I'm going to go with A, Lost in Space. And the previous station mentioned something about Nickelback. Oh, I can't remember the name. I keep wanting to say Soundgarden. I know that's not right. But Nickelback and another band from Nickelback's era have very similar sounds, and turns out they both have the same producer from Canada. W7VPI, back to net.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of these bands, they have members that go back and forth and jump from band to band like an old hippie gal in a commune. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't very nice. But yeah, I know what you mean. No, we're looking for Star Trek. Star Trek Deep Space Nine was based on Babylon 5, which I didn't think that was that good of a science fiction series. A lot of people loved it. It was a space soap opera, and that's what they based Deep Space Nine on. Yeah. And Little Ron would have probably got that one. Thanks. Thank you. Well, okay. Well, it's the end of the list again. I'd like to check in. Phone call sign phonetically twice, please. We'll get you a question or two.
KI5WW, recheck on my lyric. I promise I didn't Google.
Oh, you mean on King on the Road?
A lighter shade of pale?
Yeah, well, lighter shade of pale. Yeah, Procol Harum is the name of the band, and that's the one I used to get mixed up all the time. Sorry about that. I thought that one was answered, and I went on. But okay, one more time. Last call. Check-ins full. Call sign phonetically twice, please. It looks like that's it tonight. Let's see how we did. I had 45 check-ins tonight, and of those people who checked in and answered questions and weren't in and out, we had 28 people got their questions correct, and only 14 people missed their question. That's 67%, about 33%. So we're well done, folks. And of course, the question of the night is, you can't really go by that, but it looks like I don't know, it's probably evenly split. So we may try this again, or maybe in a different format and see how it works next time. I'd like to thank everybody who participated tonight, with special thanks, of course, to Vicky, K8VKY, for logging the net. The East Coast Reflector hosts many interesting nets during the week. For more information, visit eastcoastreflector.com and select the Nets tab on the main page. We now return control of the ECR back to normal amateur radio use until next week at the same time, when the control voice will take you to the Saturday Night Trivia Net. 7-3, good night. W7 up, Tim Clear.
W7STM KE5MUX. You still there?
Yeah, go ahead, Teresa.
Well, you got my mind racking with the lyrics. I absolutely forgot to mention happy birthday, sir.
Oh, thanks, Teresa. I appreciate that. I didn't think much about it today. Went to a ham fest over here in Phoenix, one of the biggest one probably in Arizona, which was interesting, and just got back in time for the net. So I appreciate your best wishes, and I hope everything's going well. You're still doing the Tuesday night net on the wind system?
Indeed, I am, and things are going fair to medium, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, it's funny. Olive jumps up on the chair when she hears your voice, so you must have a cat in there in the background.
Yeah, I do have a cat in the background, and for once, she's not on the back of the chair to help me with the net.
Yeah, so does this one. She usually stays quiet, though, while I'm doing it. It's like she knows. Anyway, thanks again. I'll probably talk to you later in the week.
Well, I hope you see you soon. Down the road. 7:30 Alex, and again, happy birthday. Music.
733 said W7FTM.
Hey, happy birthday, Alex. W9 Diddy Badge.
Alex, happy birthday, buddy. W2HAV.
It's on the bird. Thank you for remembering that.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and thank you for checking into the net. That's 45. It's pretty good, and I appreciate all your support out there.
Oh, this is one heck of a system. Anything I can do to help and to promote the system. W2HAV 73 clear. Great net, Alex.
I like how you did bring out your dad, and wonderful clip, Alex. K7FPS, happy birthday, and yes, concert tomorrow night.
I'll do anything to get more check-ins, but I didn't work this time. And good luck. Yeah, have fun at the U.S. concert. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing them in concert, but I doubt if they come to a place as small as Phoenix these days. But maybe.
I record all of the concerts that I attend to with one of those tiny little bits that you can buy at a office supply store. It has a double-headed thing, and you get clapping hands in front of you, but I record all of my concerts. K7FPS.
Unfortunate thing is when I went to concerts back when they were actually popular, you couldn't do that. The equipment was too big, and they would nail you right at the door if you tried to sneak in any recording equipment. Maybe now they're not as strict on that, but it's just impossible not to have people be able to record them these days, I would think.
I bought it for Arlo Guthrie back in Corvallis many years ago, and I said, I have to record this concert. Anyway, 73's Alex, K7FPS, clear.
Yeah, thanks again, Fred. Yeah, it would have been cool to see Arlo Guthrie while he was still living. I just and didn't get around or didn't get it over here. So, yeah, thanks again, W7FTM 73.